I stood at the altar in a white dress I didn't choose, marrying a man I'd met 3 times, because he had a video that could destroy my entire family. His name was Min Young-hee. Korean-American tech CEO. Cold. Calculated. And holding the one thing I couldn't let anyone see. A video of my brother from 5 years ago. A video that would send him to prison. Ruin my parents. End everything we'd built. So when he said marry me or I release this, I put on the dress. I said the vows. I signed the papers. And I hated him. God, I hated him. My name is Adana. 29 years old. Kenyan-American immigration lawyer from Chicago, Illinois. I'd spent my career helping people escape bad situations. And now I was trapped in one. But 6 months into this nightmare marriage, I found something. A file. A medical report. And suddenly, the man I thought was a monster became the most tragic person I'd ever known. Besties, while you're here, please subscribe to Afro-Korean Love Stories if you believe nothing is ever what it seems. Because this story about blackmail and forced marriage and devastating secrets? It's going to break your heart and put it back together. Hit subscribe if you've ever judged someone before knowing their story. Because I did. And I was so wrong. It started 4 months ago. I was at a legal conference in Los Angeles, California. Corporate law. Immigration cases. Networking. That's where I met him. Min Young-hee. Keynote speaker. Tech security CEO. Built a company worth $500 million before he turned 35. He was impressive. Brilliant, even. Talked about digital security, data protection, ethical tech. After his speech, he approached me. Adana Okonkwo, he said. Immigration lawyer. Chicago. Specializes in asylum cases. I'm flattered you know my work. I know more than your work. He handed me a tablet. Pressed play. And my blood went cold. It was my brother. Kelechi. 5 years ago. In a video I'd never seen. Doing something he swore he'd never done. Something illegal. Something that would destroy him. Where did you get this? I whispered. That doesn't matter. What matters is what I do with it. What do you want? Money? He laughed. No. I want you to marry me. Excuse me? You heard me. Marry me. Legal marriage. Paperwork. Ceremony. Everything legitimate. You're insane. I'm serious. You have 48 hours to decide. Marry me, or this video goes to the FBI. Your brother goes to prison. Your parents lose their business. Your reputation as a lawyer? Destroyed for hiding a criminal. I felt sick. Why? Why me? Why marriage? Because I need a wife. For business reasons. Immigration reasons. Reasons that are none of your concern. You're convenient. Educated. Respectable. And now, you're trapped. I could have gone to the police. Reported him for blackmail. But he was right. The video was real. My brother had done it. And exposing Young-hee meant exposing Kelechi. I called my brother. Told him everything. He cried. Sis, I'm so sorry. That was one time. 5 years ago. I was desperate. I never thought. I know. Don't do this. Don't marry him for me. I'll face the consequences. Kelechi, you'd get 10 years. Mom and Dad would lose everything. I can't let that happen. So what do? I marry him. I buy us time. I figure out how to destroy him from the inside. 2 weeks later, I stood at a courthouse in Manhattan, New York. No guests. No family. Just a judge, 2 witnesses, and a man who'd blackmailed me into becoming his wife. The first month was hell. We lived in his penthouse in Midtown Manhattan. Separate bedrooms. Separate lives. He had rules. Appear together at business events. Smile. Play the happy couple. Attend family dinners with his parents who flew in from Seoul, South Korea. But at home? Silence. He'd work in his office until 2 a.m. I'd work in mine. We'd pass each other like strangers. Except I wasn't a stranger anymore. I was his wife. Legally. Publicly. Trapped. I spent every free moment investigating him. Looking for dirt. For leverage. For a way to turn his own weapon against him. But Min Yoongi was clean. Too clean. No scandals. No criminal record. Just a successful, respected CEO with a perfect reputation. Until I found the medical bills. It was month 3. I was in his office looking for our insurance documents. I opened the wrong drawer. Inside was a folder. Medical records. From UCLA Medical Center. From 3 years ago. I shouldn't have looked. But I did. Diagnosis, stage 3 lymphoma. Prognosis, 40% 5-year survival rate with aggressive treatment. Treatment, chemotherapy. Radiation. Clinical trial. Current status, remission. High risk of recurrence. My hand shook. He had cancer. Or had cancer. Was maybe still fighting it. I kept reading. Another document. From a fertility clinic. Sperm count, 0. Cause, chemotherapy-induced infertility. Prognosis, permanent. And then, a note in his handwriting. Family requires heir. Marriage required for inheritance. Must produce biological child or company goes to cousin. Need wife for appearance. Cannot have children naturally. IVF only option. Time running out. Mother dying. Needs to see me married before she goes. Everything clicked into place. Besties, pause with me here. If you discovered your enemy had a secret this devastating, would you use it against them? Or would you feel sympathy? Comment below because what I did next surprised even me. I confronted him that night. Walked into his office with the folder. You have cancer. He looked up. Didn't deny it. Had. You can't have children. No. Your mother is dying. Yes. So you blackmailed me into marriage because you need an heir but can't produce one naturally, and your family's company depends on it. He stood. Faced me. And for the first time I saw something other than cold calculation. I saw exhaustion. Fear. Desperation. My mother has 6 months. Maybe less. Brain tumor. My father died 2 years ago. Before he died, he changed the will. Company only goes to a married son with a biological heir. If I don't marry and produce a child within 5 years of his death, everything goes to my cousin. A man who will destroy everything my father built. So you trapped me. I trapped someone. It wasn't personal. You were qualified. Educated. Black, which my cousin would hate, which was a bonus. And you had leverage I could exploit. My brother's video. Yes. You're a monster. He laughed bitterly. Yes. I am. But I'm a desperate monster. My mother is dying. My company is at risk. I'm infertile. I can't carry on my family name. And I have about 2 years before the cancer probably comes back and kills me. So yes, I blackmailed you. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry enough to let everything fall apart. I should have left. Filed for divorce. Exposed him. But I didn't. Because I understood. Not the method. But the desperation. I'm an immigration lawyer. I've seen people do terrible things out of desperation. Lie. Cheat. Break laws. All to save their families. Jungi wasn't evil. He was drowning. And he'd grabbed me as a life raft. So I made a decision that changed everything. I'll help you, I said. What? I'll help you. We'll do IVF. We'll have a child. You'll inherit the company. Your mother will meet your wife and believe you're happy. And in exchange, you delete my brother's video. You give me proof it's gone. And after your mother passes and the inheritance is secure, we divorce amicably. Why would you do that? Because I'm not a monster. And neither are you. You're just desperate. I understand desperate. He looked at me for a long time. Then, thank you. Don't thank me. Just delete the video. He pulled out his laptop. Pulled up the file. And right there, in front of me, deleted it. Emptied the trash. Destroyed the backup. It's gone. Good. Now let's save your family. The IVF process took 3 months. Doctor's appointments. Hormone shots. Procedures. And somewhere in those clinical, awkward, vulnerable moments, something changed between us. We started talking. Really talking. He told me about his childhood and soul. About pressure to be perfect. About his father's expectations. About getting sick right when he was supposed to take over the company. I told him about growing up between Nairobi, Kenya, and Chicago. About my parents' immigrant struggle. About becoming a lawyer to help people like them. We cooked together. He taught me Korean dishes. I taught him Kenyan recipes. We laughed when we both burned the ugali. And one night, after a particularly painful IVF procedure, I cried. Not because of the pain. Because of everything. The stress. The weirdness. The forced intimacy. He held me. Just held me. And said, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I did this to you. I'm sorry you felt you had no other choice, I said. If I could go back. But you can't. So let's just try to make this bearable. He pulled back. Looked at me. You're remarkable. You know that? I'm angry. And trapped. But I'm trying. You're succeeding. The IVF worked on the second try. I was pregnant. Jungi cried when we got the news. Not fake tears. Real ones. Thank you, he kept saying. Thank you. We told his mother together. Flew to Seoul. She was in hospice. Barely conscious most days. But that day, she was alert. When we told her, she smiled. Bigger than I'd ever seen. She held both our hands. I prayed for this, she said in Korean. Jungi translated. I prayed you would find love. Find family. We have, he said. Looking at me when he said it. And I realized. He meant it. Somewhere in this forced, transactional marriage, he'd fallen for me. And God help me, I'd fallen for him too. After we left the hospital, I said, we need to talk. I know. This was supposed to be fake. Business. Temporary. I know. But it's not anymore. Is it? He stopped walking. Looked at me. No. It's not. I'm in love with you, Adana. I don't know when it happened. But it did. And I know you didn't sign up for that. I know I forced you here. So after the baby comes, after my mother passes, after the inheritance clears, I'll give you the divorce. And I'll give you full custody. And I'll disappear. That's what you deserve. What if I don't want you to disappear? I asked. His mother passed 2 weeks later. Peacefully. With both of us holding her hands. The inheritance transferred. The company was secure. My brother was safe. By all accounts, our arrangement was complete. I could walk away. But I didn't. Because somewhere between the blackmail and the IVF and the hospital visits, I'd fallen in love with a man who'd done the wrong thing for the right reasons. We didn't divorce. We stayed married. We had our daughter. Named her Grace. Because that's what we'd given each other. Grace. Jungi's cancer came back when Grace was 2. We fought it together. Chemo. Radiation. Clinical trials in Seattle and Tokyo and London. He's been in remission now for a year. Still fragile. Still uncertain. But alive. People ask me all the time. How can you love a man who blackmailed you? And I tell them the truth. I don't love the man who blackmailed me. I love the man who was so desperate to save his family that he made a terrible choice. And then spent every day since trying to make it right. Is blackmail okay? No. Would I recommend this path? Absolutely not. But do I believe people are more than their worst moments? Yes. Every time. If this story made you think, made you question, made you believe in second chances, drop a green heart in the comments and tell me what city you're watching from. Subscribe to Afro-Korean Love Stories if you believe people deserve grace. Comment grace over judgment if you stayed until the end. This is Adana Min, and I'll see you in the next story, bestie. 2 hearts.